All right, we are less than 20 minutes from the peak of the total solar eclipse, and for our area in West Alabama, the peak happens at 1:58, and you'll see 86% of the sun eclipse. Unfortunately, we got cloud cover out there that's causing a problem. You're looking at live feed from CNN and NASA. And again, I do want to thank them for providing this incredible view. A lot of you not able to see the totality yourself, and we're going to be switching from different cameras from other areas across the country as this totality strip goes across the United States. This is from Dallas, Texas. This is what it looks like right now. Dallas in the totality where it is totally dark. And I've never experienced it personally. I would love to experience that. Maybe with the one coming up in 2045, I'll get to see it firsthand. That'll be right over our local area. See, look how fast it's ending already in Dallas. Beginning to see the solar rays coming out. And the only time it's safe to look without solar protection is when it is 100% eclipsed. Otherwise, it is dangerous to your eyes. And again, that's what it's looking like in Dallas. And again, this is going to be moving towards Arkansas here pretty quick. And there's a good deal of Arkansas in clear air, so they'll be able to see that for the most part. But for Alabama, cloud cover continues to be a problem. And again, the peak is coming up in about 12 minutes for our area at 1:58 p.m. It'll be 86% eclipse. It's not going to look like this. But it will be pretty interesting. Let's go over to our Tuscaloosa camera real quick. I want to show you what it looks like outside from Bryant-Denny Stadium. And yes, the clouds are back, and a good chunk of Alabama is in cloud cover now. There's some rain over West Alabama too. It's rained some here in the Tuscaloosa area. So unfortunately, unless you get a hole in the clouds during the time of the eclipse, you're just not going to see much. In fact, I stepped outside just a moment ago, and it is too thick of cloud cover to be able to see the eclipse itself, unfortunately. I know some parts of Alabama is still in clear air, so let's go back over to the, let's see, the NASA feed and CNN, and you're looking at Russellville, Arkansas, and if we were on earlier and you saw much more sun, now there's just a little sliver, it looks like a fingernail, over Russellville, Arkansas, and again from NASA and CNN, so just want to show you what it looks like. And you know, even with the cloud cover, in our area, it's going to be a little darker, but it's, you know, it's hard to tell. Cloud cover is typically dark. Well, the clouds will be a little darker than normal, I guess, but that's about it. I know there's a lot of schools, the kids are out and trying to look at this thing firsthand, and unfortunately for many people it's not. And I'll tell you what, for people on Facebook, comment on here, do you have any view of it where you are? And if you do, take a picture if you can. And you know, it's going to be difficult to take a picture using your phone, but what I would do is, if you got a pair of solar glasses, put the lens of the solar filter up against the lens of your camera, and you should be able to get a great picture of it. And if you do, send that to it. I'd love to see that. And you can comment on here. So again, Russellville almost in totality now. This thing is traveling very quickly across the country, and this shadow. And I'll tell you what we'll do after this eclipse passes. I'm going to capture a video from satellite and just show you you'll be able to see the darkness itself. You'll be able to see it track across the U.S. It's a really cool thing. I remember seeing that last year in the eclipse, and then back in the one in 2017 when it tracked through Tennessee. And it's kind of cool to see that shadow. But look at that. The sun is just about gone in Russellville, Arkansas. All right, so just looking some of the comments. Hey, Brittany, saying it's cloudy and raining in your area up on Tierce Patton Road. Shana, you're in Demopolis, cloudy there. And I wish I had better news for you. These clouds kind of came in at the worst timing, unfortunately. You know, the sun was out for a while this morning, and, you know, just thinking, man, this would be great. So what you're looking at, this is video, this is a live video from NASA and CNN. And you're looking at Russellville, Arkansas. They've got different cameras in different parts of the country to capture this whole thing, and the sun is almost totally eclipsed there. It's going to go dark in Russellville. They say the crickets start chirping, the frogs start croaking like it's nighttime. It's a pretty cool experience. I've never got to experience it myself. One day I will. That is my goal. And wow, look at that. It's almost totally eclipsed there. Eric, you're over in Cottondale. Looks like it's going to storm there. Yes, you got some rain coming in. Let's see, but yeah, comment where you are and if you're able to see this at all. So we're about 10 minutes out for the peak of the eclipse for our area, which will be at 86%. And there we go. Yeah, this is what you're looking at. This is from Russellville, Arkansas. This will be under the path to totality. April, you're 100% cloud cover and reform and showers, unfortunately. So there it goes. That is so cool. Sarah, you're starting to hear crickets. I assume you're down in Marengo County. Grayson, you're in Demopolis, cloudy there. West Blockton, cloudy and sprinkling. All right, here we go. It's just about gone. They're going to change the filter lens on this camera in Russellville, Arkansas. And you should be able to see the rays around the sun. So let's see when they change that filter over. This is from, again, NASA and CNN. See, cloudy in Demopolis. I wish I had better news for you. You know, I wish the clouds would have gotten out of here in time, but unfortunately they are coming in at the worst time. And not only do we have cloud cover, we got rain. All right, let's watch this camera. See, it's going to change filters, and you'll be able to see it. They'll take the solar protection off. NASA will. So let's watch it live. There it goes. See, they changed the filter there. And so they are in total darkness there. See, Tasha, you got a cloudy in Moundville. Hey, Christine, no problem at all. Just wanted, you know, I didn't get to see it personally firsthand, so I said, why not get a live view for you? This is, again, from NASA and CNN, their partners, and giving a pretty cool firsthand view of this. You know, some parts of the country are dealing with cloud cover. I know parts of Texas and even southern Arkansas, Mississippi, it's socked in with clouds. So, you know, we're not the only ones not able to see this thing. So here's a live view. So what they've done, they've taken the solar protection off their camera. You know, you can't really point a camera directly at the sun itself without harming the camera itself. You can, at least for a long period of time. And they'll be in darkness there for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then you'll begin to see the solar rays on the other side. And again, this is just the moon. There's nothing unusual other than the moon is tracking perfectly between the earth and the sun. And the moon in its orbit is a little closer to us, so the moon is a little bit larger, so you're able to block out the entire sun itself. So awesome, Christine. Happy that you're able to show your class this feed. That's really cool. I know there's a lot of kiddos disappointed that they're not able to see it with their solar glasses. All right, so starting to see more lightness. Do you see how on the kind of the bottom right side of the moon, you're able to see a little more radiation, the flares, and you can see all that around this moon, which is really cool to see. So we're about to see the brightness pop out on the other side, and they'll have to change back to that solar protection. We'll have totality here in West Alabama in our area. That'll be in 2045. So in 21 years from now, I'll be 39, not 30, I keep saying 39, I'll be 59 years old, if I'm doing the math right. So I'll be 59 years old whenever that happens again. So let's see. So hello everybody joining us on Facebook. If you are just now hopping on here with us, and we're also on the website stream, WVUA23.com. What you're looking at, this is a live view from NASA. This is from NASA and our partners at CNN, and able to see totality. You are looking at Russellville, Arkansas. This is the path of totality. So you're just about to see the solar radiation, the solar flares, everything pop up on that bottom right side of the moon. And the moon is traveling perfectly between the earth and the sun, and it just basically casts a little shadow there. And had a lot of people ask, you know, is there any danger outside today? Is this, you know, there's so many myths when it comes to, you know, what a total solar eclipse is. And look, the bottom line, don't stare at the sun any day. Today, tomorrow, another day. It's dangerous unless it's totally blocked out by the moon. And at this point in Russellville, it's safe to look at with the naked eye. But it's about to get to the point where you have to have solar glasses there as well. Let's see. We're at 4 minutes out from the peak in West Alabama, which will be at 86%. So notice that bottom right corner of the moon. You see how you see a lot of brightness there. The sun's about to peek out, and they're going to have to change over to that special solar filter for the camera. NASA is. And then they'll go to another camera that's upstream that's about to get into totality. But they're in clear air there, so there's a good chunk of the country dealing with this big storm system and cloud cover. Unfortunately, it's causing problems. All right, here we go. They're changing the filter over. So you're going to see it will turn back to a little orange sliver just to protect the camera system. Let's see. I see, Barbara, you're in New Hope, Mississippi. Are you in cloud cover there? So, the clouds may be just thin enough in spots to be able to get a quick little view of the sun. Unfortunately, the majority of West Alabama is in total cloud cover. In fact, when I stepped out Bryant-Denny earlier, the clouds were just thin enough briefly to be able to faintly pick out the sun. So if you're out, this is the peak right now. The next 5 minutes is the peak of the solar eclipse here. So if you're able to look outside, make sure you have your special solar glasses on. Even with the cloud cover, you can damage your eyes. But hopefully you'll be able to briefly see it in your area. But again, there's so much cloud cover now moving into West Alabama. Unfortunately, it's going to be difficult to see it. So that's kind of what it is. That's what the deal is here in Alabama. Unfortunately, the storm system is bringing some cloud cover, and that's what we got. So again, this is a live view. This is from NASA and our partners at CNN, just to give you a real-life view. Okay, so we've gone over to Carbondale, Illinois, I believe that is, and that's what it looks like there. So this thing is a slingshot across the country, and started in Mexico, has moved into Texas, now Arkansas, and it's beginning to end in Arkansas. And that's what we got. We've got a meteorologist, Virus Jacob Woods, who's over in southern Missouri. He's going to be getting some pretty cool video, and getting some text from other people seeing totality. So it's a really interesting experience if you get to experience. So one day I'll get to. I think the 2045 one. I'm going to be able to see that one hopefully. So that's the goal. Of course, by then we'll have another storm system and cloud cover. So again, for people now coming and going on Facebook, welcome. It is 1:57 now, so we are 1 minute out from the peak of the eclipse here in West Alabama. Unfortunately, cloud cover is kind of causing a problem. Our plan was to be outside. Yeah, let's go to our Tuscaloosa camera real quick, and this is from Bryant-Denny. And, our plan was to be outside to do this, but unfortunately, the clouds, there's hardly any view of the sun at all unless you happen to get a brief thinness in the cloud cover. But I think much of Alabama now dealing with the same thing. So if you're not able to see it, we got a real live view. So let's go back over to our NASA feed. And they've got cameras positioned in different parts of the country now. Kind of like us, they expected cloud cover to be a problem in some areas. So they position themselves in spots where they can get a good view of this thing without clouds obscuring that. And today is actually a good day to do this for much of the country, because tomorrow this storm system is going to be so expansive you're not going to be able to see it for a large chunk of the country. So if this eclipse were happening tomorrow, then there would be a lot more people disappointed, unfortunately. All right, hey, it's 1:58. We're at the peak of the eclipse here. So the most of the sun is going to be eclipsed in Alabama is at 86% right now as we speak. Now, the further east you go into East Alabama, it's more like 80%, but still you got a big chunk of the sun that's obscured behind the moon as it does move across. So we're at the peak of the eclipse right now, and you're looking at live video. This is from NASA and our partners at CNN, so just to give you a view, because we're not able to see it everywhere, but this is Carbondale, Illinois. So the totality's already crossed through Arkansas, is now making that transit into Illinois. It's going to move into Ohio, and then parts of the eastern Great Lakes region, ending in Maine before moving to the provinces Canada. So just about, they're going to remove this solar filter in Illinois, so you'll be able to see it here in just a moment. So again, you're looking at a live view from our friends at NASA and CNN, this is Carbondale, Illinois, said they'll remove this solar filter and you'll be able to actually see with just the regular camera lens what it looks like. So just hang on, this is going to be really cool. So y'all hang on just a second. And almost to that point where they could safely remove that filter. And again, just for anybody that's able to see the eclipse in Alabama, oh, here we go. Anybody able to see the eclipse in Alabama, make sure you have solar protection. I can assure you 86% of the eclipse is not enough to make it safe to your eyes. All right, so this is what you're looking at now. They removed that solar filter. You got that big ring of fire there around the sun, around the moon actually. So that's pretty cool to see. And so there we go. Again, this is Carbondale, Illinois. And look at the colors change. So now in that part of the country, they're able to look at this thing with the naked eye. Isn't that something? So again, for people just now joining us, this is a live view from NASA and our friends at CNN. So we're able to see this. They've got different cameras positioned across other parts of the country. You know, our original plan was to go outside and do this where you could see what it looks like where we are, but unfortunately we're not able to. But hey, you know what? This is even better because you can see the entire eclipse itself. And if you're watching earlier, we started in Mexico and it has made its transit across Texas and across parts of Arkansas, now in Illinois. So this is where Totality is. And again, when we get done with this, what we'll do is take a live view from the satellite data and we'll record that and we'll show that on the news tonight. I'll post this on our social media platforms too. And because of the cloud cover, which makes it interesting, you'll be able to see the shadow of the moon make a very quick transit across the country. Now this is a fast thing. I mean, what, 20 minutes ago this thing was in Texas, now it's in Illinois, the peak of it. So we're at 2:01, which means now the moon is beginning its pull away from the sun in Alabama. So the shadow itself's over Illinois, moving into Ohio. And that's where it is now. So it's just looking good, all right, from that area. So you get that very interesting ring. You're seeing the solar radiation, the solar flares around the moon itself, and it's perfectly centered over the sun, which that's really neat. So again, it is, let's see, 2:02 now. Richard Scott here. You are watching our Facebook Live and our website stream. Some of you on our website stream, WVUA23.com too. And this is the Totality that's moving across the country and is now centered over Illinois. It's beginning to move towards Ohio. And I just want to bring this to you live. You know, this is a kind of once in a lifetime opportunity for some people, but not for everybody. But unfortunately for West Alabama, cloud cover has caused a pretty big problem to where you're really not able to see a whole lot. So, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to record some of this stuff and post on social media for you too if you didn't get a chance to see this. So this was just a really cool thing to see. All right, so that's we're going to wrap this up. Y'all have an awesome Monday afternoon. I wish I had better news for you. The cloud cover didn't cause a problem. You know, some of you are able to see it, but a pretty good chunk of the western side of the state is socked in with clouds now. And but again, we're recording this. We're going to post some information on social media, some content, so you'll get to see this a little later on. And our news coming up at 5 o'clock. Hope you can join us live for that. And if you are just now hopping on here with Facebook with us, you can rewatch this and kind of see the totality that started in Mexico, moved across Texas and Arkansas, is now over Illinois, moving into Ohio, and then it's going to end up in Maine within the next 20 minutes or so. So quick transit across the country. Hey, y'all have a wonderful Monday afternoon. Again, we'll have updates on our social media platforms. Oh, while I've got you on here, we've got a storms coming in Wednesday, a severe weather potential. So I'll have much more on what's going to be happening there too. So y'all have a good Monday afternoon.